Wow. Hi.
Hello to you.
It's really been 8 months, huh? For real? 8 months? So, I'm going to get this over with because this is the umpteenth time I've recorded this. And by umpteenth, I mean I haven't recorded it at all. And I've just replayed it in my head over the course of months now. And I'm just going to go ahead and get this started. We're gonna talk about the job market, jobs in general, and why they don't really exist. Why that shit is for the birds, apparently.
Yeah.
Just hold on, just bear with me for a bit, okay? Okay, so for the past 8 months, I was in and out of like having COVID. As you heard,
That shit
on like
sucked.
my 2 popular videos, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Thank you.
By the way, thank you so much for that.
There it is.
But
You said it.
yeah, I was dealing with COVID symptoms and stuff. And in that time frame, I was trying to find a different job. I was trying to find some means of work, some means of getting back into society.
She means like a career.
And I couldn't really find anything. Usually I'm pretty lucky about these types of things, as far as, just finding something pretty quickly, because it doesn't really matter which job it is, as long as I get paid and paid my worth, then I'll, do the job.
Wouldn't let
And
that shit happen to
even
me,
then,
though.
I've worked for minimum wage. The minimum wage in like the Texas region is like $7.25, which I know
Bullshit.
it sucks and it hasn't changed.
Absolute
for years.
bullshit.
But yeah, like I've made it work or whatever, in this economy, this unreal fictional economy thing.
We're in
that
clown
we live
world.
in. But I have basically been trying to find a different job, a different profession, while I've just been kind of away with this whole sickness thing. And in my journeys of trying to find something, I've just been hit with constant emails from just random people.
Who even are you?
Specifically this one group that's called Quantum World or
Allegedly.
something.
Allegedly.
I'm not gonna
Allegedly.
go
We have
too
to say
deep
that.
into it. You can research it if you want, but they've constantly messaged me about, hey, here's this one job, or hey, here's this one job. It's emails after emails, or you go on Indeed, or you go on ZipRecruiter,
Snag a
Dice,
job.
you go on all these job boards for jobs, and you apply for them, and you should have the correct credentials, and your resume should be good, and if you follow tips on YouTube and stuff like that, the videos with oh, here's how you make your resume more viable and stuff like
Top
that.
5 resume.
Your resume more economically viable. If you've ever
Economically
seen that
viable.
movie. But there's like ways to kind of like do it and stuff like that. And even with that, there hasn't been anything, no calls, nothing.
Over 350 applications.
Kind of just wanted to make a video about that, about how dry it is. Like the higher ups and like the powers that be, I guess, you know, like the government officials and stuff like that, they say like, oh, well, you know, jobs are at an all-time high.
That's a
But
lie.
like, they're really not. Okay, so I heard of this thing. It's called like ghost jobs or something. And at first I was like, I don't think that's real or whatever. But then it happened to me like 5 or 6 times where I would apply for this job, right?
That's so surprising.
And then I would get a message back. And then it'd be like, okay, we're gonna schedule an interview. And it's like, cool, all right. And then nothing happens. And they don't contact back. And then you try to contact them back. And like the email doesn't work.
Lying to our faces.
Or like their phone doesn't work.
Lying to our fucking faces.
Or like you get an interview. Right. Okay, so there's like been 2 times where I've gotten like an interview at this one place for like, you know, desktop support. Something that I'm used to doing. And I do the interview, the cordial stuff like that, you know, charismatic stuff.
Baddest
like
bitch
that,
in a
you
room.
know? And I'm thinking, wow, this person like said, hey, yeah, we'll give you a call back.
I got a specific
And,
date.
you know, we'll let
everything.
you know about the job and stuff like that. Well, I think we're probably going to hire you. Like they literally say that in the interview.
And guess
And
what?
then weeks go
Guess
by.
what happens?
And I get nothing.
Nothing.
Even whenever I message them back. Like I get
Absolutely
nothing.
nothing.
So I started to look into this fucking ghost job stuff.
And
it's just like, what? It's absolutely insane. Like, they just put up, like, applications and stuff. And then, like, they just take the resumes and just stuff them in, like, a...
Okay, so what I was trying to say here was basically that they put up applications stating that they're urgently hiring. They really need people. You apply for them, and your application, like your resume, just goes into like a pile where they kind of keep like a bunch of applications and stuff for like later use, which doesn't make any sense. But it's basically just to put a application out there so that people will apply to it, but they aren't actually trying to fill that position, which is dumb. Because why would you put up the application? I guess to gain information or something like that, but like, why would you even do that? But yeah, that's what I was trying to say. So, yeah, I'll bring it back to her, I guess.
Drawer or something, just in case they want to let like people go so they can like grab some out of their little drawer or something like that, you know. And I just feel like that's illegal, but I mean, this is America, so, you know. Of course, I'm rambling on, but the point I'm trying to make is, how are people supposed to, you know, expect to get like some kind of value, some kind of like worth in the
Not to say
society?
that your job
if
is like your worth.
You know, people tell them, hey, go get a job, do this, go to get a job, and they try to go get a job, and then because of nepotism or because of like this ghost job shit or something, they can't get a job. They just can't, so they're just stuck. Even with like, weirdly enough, even with like, say you want to get a job at Starbucks or something like that.
Starbucks of all places.
Or like McDonald's or something.
Fucking McDonald's.
Even with that, I've had like issues with like, just, I don't know, getting a reply or something. getting like a reply or anything. And then like you try to go into the store, right? And you're just like, hey, I applied for this. Hey, could you maybe have my number?
I'm an introvert,
and my
but
name
god damn.
and stuff. Like, you know, what they used to do in like the early 2000s, the early 2010s. You can't really do that anymore. Like people have had a job for like years, they don't really know like the whole job like field, jobscape, jobverse, you know.
Jobverse. Jobverse.
Making a metaverse joke, but they don't really know like what it's like. You can't just really walk into a place and be like, hey, are you guys hiring? Or, you know, are you like, can I speak to your manager or your hiring manager or something like that? Usually before you were able to kind of do that,
At least around a certain
but
time.
nowadays it's kind of just like you do that, and then the person, even if they don't want to say this, they will just be like, oh yeah, just check on the website. Oh well, yeah, we'll like check your application and stuff. They won't even like take your name, but they'll be like, yeah, we'll check your application and stuff. Just, you know, check the website, or like go to the website and apply and stuff, even if you've already like applied and stuff. And then weeks go by and you don't hear anything. It's just now, of course, whenever I think about it, I think my purpose or whatever has just been kind of slapping me in the face
with a
like,
big fat
constantly or
meat.
whatever.
Stop.
Because I have the ability to do things like this, which is like create stuff, create art, create like music and videos and stuff like that. Also, you know, if you guys need a video editor or whatever, I'm available. Please hire me. But yeah, no, I have the ability to like do these things right now, and I felt like this was kind of a missed opportunity to really, you know, kind of make a video on this, on like the plights that I've been kind of going through and stuff, and just
edgy.
the whole reason why I've been making like, you know, the music that I've been making, and like the video of like me just like walking around on like a railroad track and just kind of like sitting on like a tree and stuff. Because well, that was like really cool actually. That whole like experience or whatever, that was like really cozy.
That was like super cozy.
It was really just something to kind of like take my mind off of the whole I need to get a job, I need to get a job, I need to get a job thing. I'm kind of like blessed in a way because I do have a roof over my head. I'm, you know, living with my folks currently, and I do not take it for granted for like a second. And I just want to be able to get something, but like nothing's coming. So everything is just pointing to this. Everything is just kind of pointing to the fact that I just need to create and just, I don't know, speak my opinions, I guess, and stream here and there and stuff. Speaking of which, if you ever want to catch me on streams, I probably will be live tonight or something. Twitch.tv/ you know, catcross.
Shameless plug.
So definitely check it out if you can.
Shameless plug.
But I don't know. It kind of is a bit of trouble because I don't want to think that it's because of that, but I don't know, like me trying to get jobs or whatever for the past 8 months and nothing happening might be due to the fact that, oh, you know, fun fact, I'm black, trans, and I'm probably undiagnosed with autism and ADHD in
Just a
some
little quirky,
way.
you know, just a little quirky.
Because, you know, I've been doing studies on that. That's a video, that's a whole nother video. That's a whole nother video, and I'm not gonna get it into this video.
Can't handle the uber instincts of my
But
uber autism.
it's
Observe.
kind of funny, really, how, like, as soon as I figured out these changes for myself, and as soon as, like, you know, I've come to the realization of that, like, all of a sudden, it's much harder for me to get, like, something solid like that. It's much harder for me to accept what's going on with our society, what's going on with, like, us just being so distant, I guess. Like, being so distant. But I think that might be it as far as this video. Thank you for tuning in. I've been like delving into a bunch of different people's videos, like Ollie Sunvia, and like Kidology and Andrewism, Foreign Man in a Foreign Land, stuff like that. And I recently watched this one video by Kidology about, like, just us being so separate. It's called Our Loneliness Epidemic. I will probably link it in the description below, so definitely check that video out. I recommend it highly. But I watched that, and it kind of made me realize, well, not really made me realize, but like kind of just, I don't know, strengthened my, like, resolve on the issue that I'm having, which is like, there's not really community in this kind of like day and age that we're living in. I mean, there's community in like probably some areas in the US, but there's not really like community as in like local stuff, and it's really hard to kind of like get that. And it's lonely. It's very lonely. But I feel like once we have that knowledge of that and like work towards maybe building community in our local areas, I feel like we can, fix it in some way. I don't know, maybe I'll talk about it in another video. But thank you so much for watching. Sorry if you hear like sounds and stuff. I live on a busy street and there's always cars passing by and stuff like that. But thank you so much for watching. Please check out my Patreon, please. It's literally like the only thing I got in like my Ko-Fi. If you want to like send something my way, or you just want to like subscribe to like whatever I do and stuff, it really helps. It really helps with what I do and stuff. I appreciate everyone that has been subscribed so far. Thank you to fucking 168 of you. Thank you so much. And I also check out my Twitch. I'm probably gonna maybe stream here on YouTube at some point. Just transfer on over, because I don't really like what Twitch is doing as of late. But yeah, definitely check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/KitCross. But until the next video, I guess I can say this now, since like I say it literally everywhere else. See you around the veil, sinners.